We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe Word with Jason Rouse.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Rouse, and welcome to the Safe Word podcast. My guest on the show today, Monford Davis, more than just a doorman, right?
Yeah, a lot more.
What more? You want to lean a little closer to the mic?
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
And so we were talking earlier, North Carolina. North Virginia.
Yeah.
Oh, Riley's from Carolina, but they're neighboring
Border states.
States, yeah. What's the rivalry between these two states? Like football teams?
Virginia Cavaliers,
Mm-hmm.
Virginia Tech Hokies. We got North Carolina Tar Heels.
Tar Heels.
Tar Heels.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't there some sort of group lobbying to change the Tar Heels?
Yeah, they just changed the Redskins.
Yeah.
Won't be the Tar Heels for much longer.
What do you think they're going to go with?
T-Rexes. We're going to go with an animal name.
They're
Tigers.
just doing an animal name, yeah.
Yeah.
That's been happening. A lot of teams with questionable logos. A lot of things are getting revamped and changed. Aunt Jemima is not a thing anymore. The Pancake Lady. How many people have you seen kicked to death in front of your work?
I've seen some. Yeah.
Well, you work in front of I'll say one of the most dangerous corners in the entire state. Maybe. We're talking 6th Street, on the corner of 6th and what's the other side street?
Natchez.
And that alleyway and corner is
I've seen some shootings. Seen some people die. Yeah.
for reals.
Yeah, in the back alleys there.
I would thought there was a couple of shootings in that. That back alley is fucking treacherous.
Yeah.
Which is the back alley entrance to the venue that you work at 2-3 times a week.
I'm full time.
And you came here to do comedy. Now you're considering I might need a bulletproof vest for work.
Yeah. It actually doesn't bother me that much. Maybe.
No?
Maybe it should.
Were you around that kind of environment at home where people were getting gunned down in front of like a KFC or?
No.
No.
I don't think about it too much.
Because you got bigger fish to fry than worry about other people who get shoots. Like, how am I going to get off the door?
Yeah.
I need to get off the door.
Yeah.
I'm tired of dealing with Kill Tony contestants, which you've made 3 appearances on. Getting off the door.
Yeah.
Right?
That's cool. Yeah.
But you have seen people being shot in front of the door. What happened? Just argument escalates and then all hell breaks loose?
I don't know. Drugs, homelessness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. I've seen bloodstains and bullet holes.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've never been down there during a shootout in front of a comedy venue on a crowded street.
I got pepper sprayed.
Were you there for the Bogus?
Yeah.
Bogus' big adventure?
He sprayed me.
You got sprayed too? He sprayed himself.
He sprayed himself. He sprayed in an arc.
Yeah.
I was up there trying to have his back.
Yeah, and you got blasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, pepper spray is hard to channel.
Yeah, you don't want to spray that in an enclosed area.
No. Indoors, it's frowned upon. Was that your first pepper spray experience?
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
How was the... I had a friend of mine on the West Coast in BC there get pepper sprayed by the police while he was high on mushrooms.
So he didn't even feel it.
No, he felt it times a million.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said it was one of the worst experiences of his life to be high, freaking out on mushrooms and blasted by the cops. Have you ever been blasted by the cops?
With pepper spray? No.
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 Tasers?
No tasers. I've been tackled.
Tackled?
Tackled. I ran. Tried to get away.
A party drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, college.
Out the front door, I'm going for it.
I'm going for it. And
Did
I
he
made
catch
one
you
of
to the
them
lawn?
slip. They fell, so when he got me,
Yeah, they give you a couple heaters to soften you
I
up.
broke my hand. So I never got it fixed. It makes this little.
Oh, that clicking noise. I
Yeah.
got that going on in my elbow too. So did you make it past the front lawn?
I got pretty far.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to see the actual footage of how far you actually got.
Yeah.
So what was the just drunken screaming?
I was underage drinking in college. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was carrying a beer can, walking to the next party.
As you should. You don't want to be too parched when you
Yeah,
show up and make
for
out with
sure.
that stranger.
Yeah.
I miss house parties.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we used to take the refrigerator to the top of the stairs and push it down the stairs and blow out the whole bottom 6 stairs, and the fridge would be in the basement.
Did you do kegs in Canada?
There was some kegs around.
Yeah.
A friend of mine had a keg party, and there was still a keg sitting in the garage for months, and I drained off the rest of the keg and emptied out this large pickle jar, poured out all the pickles and the rind, filled it up with draft, and then put one pickle back in, and had that, and I drank this giant thing with it. It looked like a log in there. I can't even make this up. I was wearing a tutu. My friend's sister had grown out of an old ballerina outfit that she had that was going to go to the Goodwill. And I said, I'll handle that. And I put this thing on, and it split my balls so hard. Because it's a one-piece kid's bathing suit with this ballerina stuff around it with rhinestones and shiny shit. And now I've got
What color was it?
it was white.
Yeah.
It was not me at all.
You don't wear a lot of white now.
I don't wear white at all. And my balls were all over the place at the bottom. You know, there's not a lot of coverage on a young lady's bathing suit. So I had to split my nuts out the side with this pickle jar full of hot draft beer, flat, hot, with the biggest dill pickle you ever seen. And that was my weekend at Shirkston Beach in probably 92. But I was arrested the year earlier for running down the highway naked on a Canada Day long weekend. Queen Victoria's birthday is a big celebration in Canada.
Yeah.
And if you've ever had a bottle of Crown Royal, I have to keep looking at this thing because it's driving me nuts. It is working. I just hear beeping noises and stuff, and I'm bugging out.
Yeah.
I've had so many of these things fucking shut down on me. I do everything myself, as you noticed.
Yeah.
You start doing comedy in your hometown. You're getting ready to move to Los Angeles to chase the Hollywood dream. COVID kicks in. And how many months did you have like a kind of a calendar day that you were like, I'm leaving here to go to Hollywood? Did you just keep that same timeline and make it Austin instead?
No, things kind of changed a little bit with COVID.
Yeah.
I took 3 months off from March to June 2020. Mm-hmm. Then there was started to become some places that I could perform at.
Yeah.
So I kept doing that. I wanted to stay sharp. I saw it as an opportunity to get ahead while everyone else was...
Just fill the car up with gas.
Yeah. Gas was
Get on
cheap.
the internet. Yeah. And especially driving by. Look, that was the thing, we were talking about this earlier, is that when you were like, a bunch of people quit. From what? It's still there.
Yeah.
You just got to dig a little harder now. And you went on some large, long drives to do probably a lot of these shows were for free.
You carpool with a couple other comics that pitch in. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you end up on stage at Skankfest in a lottery.
Yeah.
Out of a pole from a hat. And you're standing across from Tony Hinchcliffe, Brian Redband, Doug Stanhope, and Ari Shaffir. That's pretty broad collective of who's who in comedy, right?
Yeah.
As far as new school, old school, in the school, it's pretty across the board. And I can tell, do you enjoy Ari's terrorism?
Yeah, I love it. I love it. He handed me a mushroom on stage.
Oh, really?
I picked up off the floor and I ate it.
Yeah.
In front of everyone.
Was it psychedelic?
Yeah.
Everybody was high on mushrooms.
Yeah.
You might be able to explain this a little better because I'm assuming that's kind of like the first maybe comedy festival you've gone to. Not to mention maybe I've been to a bunch and that was top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5. No girls.
Yeah, as soon as I walked in, I got just hit with this body odor.
Yeah.
It's like, am I in the wrong place? Yeah.
Nutsack.
Yeah.
Like it smelled like Epstein Island. Young men.
I for a second I regretted my decision
Yeah.
of going there.
But when you can't hate the audience. You know, you look at the lineups. I'd open the brochure and look at like, wow, this is better than a lot of lineups that I've seen in most comedy venues in a couple of years. And they've seemed to have the lone soldiers, the last people that were left and that really wanted to do it. A lot of guys like yourself got on that shows just by showing up.
Yeah.
You know, and some people had got on very prestigious shows as newcomers just, again, by being there.
It's being in the right place
Yeah.
at the right time. Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to show up for a lot of this stuff. And the people that take these days off, years off, I've never understood. From what? Then is this a job or a career? I don't know.
Yeah.
For some people. But at the door, now you've got an eye for it? Because I've seen it, you've developed a sense like a lot of the guys that worked at the Comedy Store. Dylan's had it since he's, you can do you do assessments in your head on the newcomers? Like, oh, you're done in a week. That guy's gone. You're a dummy. Maybe. Yes. You're already doing edits.
I'm starting to see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I watch so much now. I'm soaking it in.
Yeah, you got a educated opinion just by seeing failures.
Yeah.
A lot of failures. Who's been your, because you've probably seen, I'm going to say, how many weeks in the year? 52 weeks? You've probably seen, what, 25 shows? Like Kill Tony shows?
Maybe more.
Really?
Yeah.
It was 52 weeks in a year. We've almost
okay.
a year.
Yeah, okay.
Am I wrong? I'm dumb too.
I'm bad at math.
I'm
Yeah,
dumb.
maybe.
I'm bad at life.
Me too. I've
turned my home into I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy here though.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna do some more shows.
Maybe 25 Kill Tonys, yeah.
25.
But I
Kill
was a
Tonys.
fan before I came here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did an episode on DC about 2 years ago.
I think you brought that up on the
Yeah.
Antone show. You'd said, "Oh, we'd met before."
They were doing road shows.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I wish they'd do more of those.
Yeah.
There's definitely an audience for it.
They
but
were selling out
yeah,
everywhere they went.
and they would continue to do that. With the fan base that's around the world for that show. They really could fill up a venue anywhere. But it's cool because they make people come to the show. You got to come to America to live the American dream. We're not taking the dream to you.
They went to England, I think, in Australia.
They did,
Yeah.
but they stopped. No, none of them wanted to travel.
Yeah.
They're getting, they're very much geared into the. They're not really looking for the greatest comedians from Europe. They're very open to the Canadians. We've got a pretty good standing. You've met a bunch of my friends, and they're all pretty solid. And not to mention, they bring the heat. Like you saw Walker.
Yeah.
Fucking
Kill Tony legend.
Holy
Sam
shit!
Walker.
What the fuck was that? Right?
Yeah.
I brought some murderers, and now the newest addition to the show, fuck, to what degree? I don't know. The sky's the limit with Jared, Nathan. Like, how, and I'm glad that you brought this up. And I've been talking about this because this has been a big part of my life for the last thing is that I've talked to a handful of Canadian comics to come and stay with me and take in what's happening here. And some guys are finding huge successes in the mechanics and the scene here. And Jared Nathan made an appearance a couple weeks ago that was pretty legendary. It's interesting how to see what the internet's going to do with this. Like, do you want to explain without?
I've never seen it go that crazy in that building.
Yeah, right.
During a Kill Tony for any contestant, anybody that gets pulled. Yeah.
No, and that you've seen so many shows.
I couldn't breathe.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
People were laughing and crying just from the whole. Yeah, it was pretty heavy. It was a heavy Kill Tony, and not to mention it couldn't have gone better for somebody who's like, trust me. You know, I'm talking to his mother, trying to explain to her, like, look, I think this might pop. Yeah. Like, she doesn't know who the fuck I am or what he's doing. So, and when I told her, I go, we'll help raise some money for him to stay here. And she'd like, oh, where are you going to find that? Like, you know, she doesn't maybe have a grasp of that people will get behind something that they believe in. And that it's a very small amount of money to raise to have somebody live out a dream that they've never happened in Canada, you know.
Right.
It's cool. I'm really stoked to see that kind of just fucking underdogs, man. Yeah. Like, how many loudmouth shitheads have you seen come in to that
and leave, go back to LA.
I'm just doing a podcast. Can I call you back? Yeah. Okay, thank you. That was my lawyer.
What do you have a lawyer for?
No, I have a lawyer, but that wasn't my lawyer.
That's your wife?
I have no wife. I've never been married. Are you married?
No.
No children?
I had a vasectomy.
Cool.
Yeah.
My buddy had one, Yoshi. You know Yoshi Abayashi?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one in his 20s.
I was 21.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's wild.
Got
Good for you.
hydrocodone for it. Got some vitamins, yeah.
Yeah, and it also makes you very constipated.
Yeah.
It does make your shit like very, very hard.
The opiates?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It turns you, it's bad. You got to get a shoehorn and a butter knife.
Well, I stopped taking it after
the
pain was subsided.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does the pain really stop?
No.
No.
It's inside.
No.
Yeah.
You seem like a pretty well-balanced person. I'm assuming that you had older sisters that treated you like shit.
No, I'm the oldest.
Whoa,
Yeah.
so you're the asshole in the family like me.
Yep.
Younger brother, sister?
Younger sister, yeah.
Okay. 5 years or 6 years younger?
2 years younger.
2 years younger? That's not too bad.
No.
How was that, like, her bringing her friends around? Were you told, hey, don't fuck her, she's going through something?
They didn't tell me that.
You got to fuck your sister's friends? Or didn't you? Did you?
I fucked one of her friends.
Whoa.
I felt really bad about it.
Why? It's not like it was she was assaulted. She was a willing contestant.
Yeah.
And but she very much wanted to keep your life separate from hers. Yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't want her smelly brother hanging around with her friends.
And for the most part, we did our own things. We went to different schools.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no rivalry there.
No.
How was the home life torture? Because you're pretty evenly matched. A young lady, 2 years younger than a young man, there's a good chance that she is going to embarrass you physically and mentally in front of your friends and family.
Not a whole lot.
No
of that.
shame?
No.
I mean, I grew up with
She's
different
cool.
animals.
She was cool.
I
I think she looked up to me a lot.
Okay. That helps.
Yeah.
Probably because you were a good brother.
I was a good brother. I tried my best.
Did you?
I
That's what I read you wrong.
set a good example.
I thought you had like.
I started fucking up later in life. Yeah.
Ooh, let's get to that. Let's get to the fuck ups.
Okay.
Well, you're only in your early 30s. So
28.
This is a short time ago.
I look older. Okay.
Oh, you're 28.
Yeah.
Not 38.
Not 38. No.
Not 31.
You're 38.
I'm going to be 50
No way.
in like weeks.
Can it,
On New Year's Eve, I turned 50 years old.
How does that? When I first met you, you told me I said, I saw you walking around the lake working out on Instagram. He's like, yeah, I'm just trying to outlive my enemies.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
still
true.
the motto?
Yeah, totally.
How many enemies you got?
I got a bunch. Mostly myself.
Yeah.
I'm wired to destroy myself.
Yeah.
So I kind of funnel that. I do funnel that into my onstage expression, so that off stage I can be very active and physical, do things that are positive for myself, so I don't, do terrible.
You're healthy now.
No,
you try to balance it at least.
Yeah, there's I live my life in very extreme elements, and there's not a lot of middle things. It's one or the other. So there's a lot of exercise, and then a lot of self-mutilation that goes along with that.
You're still self-destructive, you think?
Most definitely. Part of the reason I quit drinking, actually, New Year's will be six years I haven't had any alcohol, was that the booze, especially in Hollywood, with that volatile personality that would be aggravated through heavy drinking, was becoming more of a pain in the ass than anything.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me so much, but I really didn't want to be in a position where I was going to be arrested, or which came close a couple of times, and I wouldn't want to put any of my green card in jeopardy as far as my standing with the U.S. government over doing some fucking rodeo shithead throw a chair through a window for fun.
Yeah.
Throw a chair at everybody on the other side of the window.
Do you fight people?
Rub all my shit. I was in a very highly toxic, brutal city at a time when I was growing up. So there was a lot of violence, and sometimes I was part of it, but I was never very good at it. Yeah. My hands have had surgeries and stuff, and I've decided to hold a microphone, and I really know people that have jobs and know that I'm not in a position to be in combative sports or otherwise. I'm getting a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will they let you get one?
I can get a gun, yeah.
As with the green card?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have to be American citizen in Texas anyway. I'll go through all the proper training and everything. How do you feel about that?
Go ahead.
Do you would you like I could see you with maybe a musket?
Yeah. Got a very Confederate look to me.
Yeah, something that involved a like some sort of, you got to put a powder bag in there or something like that.
Yeah. I've never actually shot a gun before.
Really?
No.
I've shot pellet guns. I don't think I've actually shot anything with a bullet.
Yeah.
I had some family members that were in hunting and stuff, but the majority of them, what did I see something? Damn it. Yep. No, it's fine. I'm paranoid now because I'm worried that this thing is going to shut off because I've had some fucking lemons. But what we've both agreed on, we're getting guns after this.
Let's get guns.
I looked at some stuff. I'm getting a gun and a motorcycle, I think, for the spring. And I've never driven a car in my life.
You've never driven?
No.
You don't?
Never driven. I've never had a driver's license. I've never driven a car.
Really?
Yeah.
No desire?
I'm going to try something in the new year. I made a promise that I wasn't going to attempt to drive a vehicle. And I found these Joe White and his buddies that have some race cars and stuff. So I'm going to drive a race car into a wall and turn into a Nicolas Cage character.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider. That'd be cool.
It's a bad movie.
It was a bad movie, but a great character.
Yeah.
Come on.
I thought you were going to say Dale Earnhardt. I'm like, Canadians love NASCAR too.
They do. I know who Dale Earnhardt is. My uncle's a big NASCAR fan. There was always Dale Earnhardt, the miniatures and the T-shirts and stuff around. I used to go to an oval track in Flamborough Speedway and stock car racing.
Yeah.
And it was loud. Very loud.
Did you have the earplugs?
I think eventually I used to just when the race started, I'd back up behind the stands. I'd ball up napkins from the French fry truck, put them in my ear. But yeah, no, we weren't. There was nobody trying to save our hearing at the racecar track, and yeah, there were some good crashes. But I always enjoyed that oval racing thing, the endurance aspect of it. Not to mention what was that, Ford versus Ferrari,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And I've seen so many driving race car documentaries, and that Shelby racing documentary and all that stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm a little anxious about the idea of driving a car.
I've had some trouble.
DUIs?
I did some racing. Yeah. I took a handful of Xanax.
Why?
I don't know.
Is this another college adventure?
A couple years later,
There's always a handful of pills.
of pills.
It's always gross.
I thought I could go pick up some weed before the Xanax hit.
Yeah. And you got in a little fender bender and had to...
Little fender bender, and I just kept going. And next thing I know, the police were chasing me.
Would you tag a parked car? Did somebody report you on your reckless?
I don't even know.
Yeah,
So
you
then
pulled
I
a Roseanne Barr.
I'm leading the police on a chase, going maybe 25 miles per hour. So they did this little pit maneuver on the car to stop me. Yeah, threw me out.
What? Who was the most disappointed? Your mom? Did the old man blow his top?
They tried to get me. They tried to get me a lawyer, get me out of jail.
Oh, how long were you in jail for?
A couple days, 5 days or something.
5 days.
Yeah.
That's a bitch. And you're what, 20?
It was on the local news. Everybody saw it. My extended family saw it.
That's kind of cool,
It's
though.
fucked up, yeah.
You should put that in your
The
press
mugshot,
kit.
yeah.
That's actually a great... that news story should be the opening of your next album.
Okay.
Anybody, if you do 5 days were you in a holding cell or a pen of sorts?
I was with the rest of the people, and they saw me on the jail TV, and it says Paul Walker in here.
Did that change the dynamic as far as what was already happening in this holding cell?
Yeah, I immediately got everyone's respect.
Really?
No, I don't know.
I would think.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
They didn't fuck with me.
You got TV credits coming
Yeah.
into prison.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. My friend got recognized on television and then went to prison because they ID'd him from a Comedy Central show he was on.
Really?
Yeah.
Which friend?
George Perez.
Wow.
George
Yeah.
had an altercation. I think over a year later, the show's airing. The guy IDs him, and he goes to prison for 2 years from an episode of Your Mama with what's his name from '70s show with the lisp, Fez.
Yeah. Wilmer Valderrama.
Yeah, he hosted this kind of early idea of a roast battle show.
Yo Mama, yeah.
Yeah.
David Lucas was on that.
Was he on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Way back when?
Yeah, he's been in.
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know it. Okay.
Remember that show?
Yeah, George was on it, and that's what sent him to jail, was that TV show. So now he's in prison, and the show's still running, and people are recognizing him. And I think he was performing stand-up in prison,
Yeah.
which is as Johnny Cash as you're going to get.
Yeah.
Like,
Joey Diaz.
if you had
did
to
that.
do your special outside of a comedy club, what would you pick? I thought about Slaughterhouse or a plane crash.
Yeah.
What would you go?
I don't know.
No?
Wedding?
That'd be
Wedding?
cool.
No.
That'd be good. You come up as the best man
Yeah.
and then drop 50 minutes on the bride's pussy and
Yeah.
ruin the whole night for everybody.
Yeah, that's the kind of comedy I like too.
I think you because you've been around it for a minute, that you probably get internally excited about people that are causing shit.
Yeah.
Shit disturbers. I think that's Ari that's what I see. Okay, I read you wrong.
Have you ever done a wedding? Have you ever done comedy in a place that you weren't supposed to, where they don't know?
A funeral.
Yeah,
I did a show with Walker. Me and Sam did a man's funeral in Denmark.
but they requested it.
They totally requested it.
Yeah.
I did do a show also in Denmark at a guy's wedding. A friend, he said, "Listen, my buddy's getting married. There's a mic. Do you want to come and do stand up at this wedding?" I'm like, I don't think. No, I don't think. He goes, please, like they're huge fans. I want to surprise them. I go, there's going to be kids there, and it's going to be very inappropriate. I can't censor myself. Everybody's in white. I'm in shorts and a tank top. These are like super nice Danish people. I walk in, I'm like, dude. But I forget that Danish people don't judge a book by its cover. They're kind of dirty, the Danes. Yeah. And so there's some forgiveness there as far as crass language. Anyway, it went fine. But yeah, there's been some bad ones.
The Danes forgive?
The Danes forgive. First of all, the Danes don't give a fuck.
Is that from the Beowulf days?
Beowulf?
Yeah. Is that Denmark?
I don't know, but I did. Are you talking about Beowulf, the animated movie?
Yeah, but that's from the epic poem, right?
I don't know the epic poem. Is that what the movie was based off of? Is that poem? It's like an old Viking thing, or?
Yeah, I think that's Denmark.
Could be. There's Danish people banging their head against the wall right now going, you dumb North Americans.
Yeah.
You don't know shit. Where are your grandparents from?
Well, I got Minnesota and Virginia.
Your grandparents are from the USA?
Yeah. I don't know. You mean the lineage?
Yeah.
Irish, German, I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't give a
You're
fuck.
guessing.
I don't care.
No. You're American.
I'm American.
Yeah. The first time I'd seen that was when we started to do black comedy clubs in Detroit.
Yeah.
And the black comics that I was with were very much of their acts was rooted in their heritage. They were first, second generation immigrants from Jamaica and Trinidad and stuff. Well, when we went to Detroit to talk to a black audience in US of A, they didn't give a fuck.
No, make me laugh now.
They don't care what they go, we've been black and American a long time over here, and we're not really interested in your point of view as a Jamaican Canadian in Detroit. Yeah, it was interesting. I'd never seen that before. I do very well in front of black audiences outside of the USA for whatever reason. I bomb here.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm only saying that because of in LA, maybe in other places, but I
enjoy doing black audiences.
I know. I apologize. Jared, if I leave him outside, he'll turn into a gremlin.
Don't leave him outside.
I won't leave him outside. Speaking of outside, you've got an upcoming episode, a shelved episode of Kill Tony that you're going to, we'll see the light of day. But you worked the Joe Rogan show last night?
I did.
How's security for that? Because that's a little more, it's kind of like the president's coming to town.
It's a lot tighter, a lot more.
Do you guys get yelled at
Yeah.
in the hallway? Hey, you got to fucking lock this shit down.
No one can heckle at a Joe Rogan show.
No. You'll get ousted immediately.
We have to be pretty tight.
Yeah, and his fans are great, but some people overdo it, get hammered and bro out and fucking blow it. And some of these guys can fight.
Yeah, people stop drinking when Joe gets on stage. The alcohol sales go down. It's almost like they're just hypnotized that he's in front of them.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Where my audience remembers how their lives suck and they drink more.
Yeah.
See, you got to be either super famous to eclipse the lack of alcohol sales, or you got to be a comedian that drives people to drink more, and everything else. The bathrooms actually fill up when I'm on stage. Everyone's in there doing rips before they sit down, and then they're too paranoid to laugh. So they're just people coked out, smiling, going, "This is great." I think.
Yeah. How
many drugs have you fallen on the ground?
I found a few bags.
Yeah. Anything worth holding on to?
Nah, not really. No. Sometimes Joe Rogan will leave a bunch of Chinese food or barbecue up in the green room.
Oh, you guys get the feed. We're eating top notch.
We're eating the king scraps.
Yeah. There's no shame in that. And you know it's still warm.
Yeah.
This is not some horse shit on a pie plate.
No.
This is top notch Joe Rogan cut meat.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there as a peasant suckling on it, drinking out of the tinfoil.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. That's one of the fringes. Say what you want. The guy's on the door, but you know what? You're eating a king's meal.
One time I drank the backwash of his whiskey glass.
Ooh.
So I thought it might give me some power.
You actually get abs from that.
Yeah, okay. I need abs. Yeah.
Or a ab. How is that whiskey, by the way?
It's great. I love Whistle Pig whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, there it was. I can't drink anything. I was a gin drinker at the end, but that does smell good. Can I give that a sniff?
Yeah.
I want to smell it. I want to smell what.
Shout out to Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick, for that's smoky
Rye.
Yeah. As a Canadian, I heard you couldn't get rye whiskey here. I think rye whiskey and whiskey, Jack Daniel's whiskey and rye whiskey is a different thing, right?
I think so. I
don't know. We got to talk to the whiskey nerds, but let's wrap this up. Where can people find you?
Instagram at best friend Monford Davis.
That's right. And don't piss them off or you got to wait outside.
Yeah.
And it's dangerous out there. You're literally risking your life by pissing off the doorman on 6th Street.
That's right.
You'll have to stay out there in the gauntlet and stand in someone else's blood from the night before. Check out all my shit. JasonRouse.com has everything. And Mumford Davis on the Instagram. And we'll see everyone soon. Thank you for watching. There'll be some tour dates, announcements. These are some, look at April, starting in Vancouver, across to the Maritimes, and then down to Toronto for late May. And then ideally Scandinavia and rest of Europe, June, July, August. And then, I don't know, I'd like to do some dates, and I think maybe Florida in September. Maybe, Chicago in October. Maybe New York in early November. I don't know. Skankfest will be happening in early November. So wherever that will be, I will be in the United States leading up to April 1st, doing shows in and around Texas. And then there should be some American dates, I think, later this year. Mr. Davis will be at the Vulcan Gas Company 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Eating the king's steak.
Yeah.
Watching drugged out teenagers come in and laugh their asses off in front of a bunch of crazy clowns. I've been Jason Rouse, and you guys have been awesome. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Talk to you soon. Bye.
We would like to see most of the human race killed off because it is unworthy. It is unworthy of the gift of life.
I don't care what society thinks. They're nothing anyway. They're no better than me.
Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
Have you ever thought what it would be like to see a person's head amputated? Think of things so horrible that the human mind cannot imagine them. See all this and more when you see on stage, in person, that crazy mix-up.
I like being set apart from people. I like to be hated.
Safe word with Jason Rouse.